Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with Module 4, Introduction to the Engineering Economics. So today's class is just introduction part. So next class only is important. We are going with the flow of problems. So today we'll see about what is meant by engineering economics. So first thing is economics. It's a management of the money. How I am going to management? I am going to do the management of money. So all the activities for the construction manager involves with the cost only. For example, in the chapter module 2 we have seen about resource management, three M's, men, materials, machineries. So these three M's are having some certain cost and benefit ratio. So whenever we are giving money that is cost in a particular machineries or equipment, the benefit we should get it more than the cost that is involved. That is the main thing. So for that we need to take n number of decisions. So to take all these decisions we need to have certain knowledge about economics, which already people will be having it, right? So when some people are using some kind of loans, it's all talking about that only. Microeconomics level, it is about if you are taken any loans for the education, okay, so the amount of interest, how much you are paying it. So one person with the amount that capital amount he is having for the education, how much money he will pay to the institution. So if you are paying with the help of a bank, how much money you will be paying. So if your father is you consider as a bank, so there won't be any interest. So whatever value he'll put on the cost in your education, you may be benefiting by giving jobs in various ways. But if you have taken money in the bank, the interest amount will go on increasing it. Okay, so the repayment of the education loans, it will be a big question. So it has to meet out the cost and benefit ratio, short term as well as the long term. That is very important. So the same policy you can just adopt in the construction management. If you are purchasing certain equipments, construction equipment, the decision that you are taking with the product and features of the machines, size of the machine is important. It's an important finance decision. So it is what about engineering economics. So what is meant by engineering? It's a practical knowledge. An engineer will get it in the study of 4 years. So civil engineer, he'll be directly put into the application by having the knowledge in the 4 years. So engineering means it's a useful practical application if you want to move on with certain kind of knowledge we need to acquire in the study that we are doing. That is about engineer. And economics means it's a management of the money. So these two important things is important for a civil engineer, especially the construction manager. Your decision has to answer. So what is meant by engineering economy? So engineering economy is a scientific approach. It involves a systematic evaluation of the economic merits of the engineering problems to be economically acceptable solutions. So to promote the well-being and survival of an organization, to creative by embodying the creative and the principles of engineering economy. The development, the study and application of any discipline must begin with the basic foundation. So the basic important foundation we need to get it. So the foundation for discipline is to be with the basic 7 principles. First principle is develop the alternatives. So first thing is construction manager has to develop different alternatives for the same problems in the. So some machinery, some for example, some amount of earth to be removed. Okay, so in the particular site. So which machinery I have to use it. So some kind of companies, different companies will come with the quotations. So maybe they will be telling about the same money only. All the buyers in the market are saying the same money. So you will be scrutinizing based on different alternatives. First you have to develop what are the companies they are offering this money within our budget, within our scope of index they were working on with this capacity. So what are the companies is available, what are the different companies are offering the price. So like that we have to develop the alternatives. Next, in that same alternatives we have to disregard the same points, and we have to think about what is the differences it makes. You have to focus on the difference. All the alternatives in your hands that you are having it having the same price, okay, but it will differ in different matters. So we have to check it, what is the difference it will make. So the same price only, but if I'm choosing this buyer, what is the difference it will make. For example, if you have a house with you, okay, so for the same house two people are asking for it. So you can both the people are ready to rent in your house for 10,000 money, but you have to make a decision now with these two alternatives. How will you make? There are different differences is there. So first you will record, okay, so both people are giving 10,000 only, okay, leave that one. What are the other difference? So if I go with this person, what are the problems I will face? This person, what are the problems I'll face? So we'll just see. So beyond the important cost point of view, the other decision also is important. So first is we have to develop the alternatives. Second thing is on the different alternatives, we have to focus on the difference, which is a very important decision, and innovative knowledge is required. So third one is you have to have a consistent viewpoint for every project, every decision making. You should have a consistent decision. Consistent viewpoint should be there. Your goal should not deviate from the one which is recorded. So that is always should be there. That is the important principle that will follow to all over the management and everywhere. And next is use a common unit of measure. So we are all going with now GDP. The common unit of measure we are going with. So this is possible only. The principle is. And next thing is it is all relevant criteria. So this the decision maker will normally select the alternative that will best serve the long-term interest of the owners of the organization. So in the engineering economic analysis, the primary criteria relates to the long-term financial interest of the owner. So it is based on the assumption that available capital will be allocated to provide maximum monetary return to the owners. So always related with that only. So the benefit that you are getting from the cost should more than the cost that is involved. So it is applicable only if it is long term. So long term only will get all these things. And one more important thing is the long term always have certain risks. So that is what the next point. So economic principles we are seeing right now. So that is the important principle is make risk and uncertainty explicit. That is very important. The final one thing is always we should revisit the decisions, because suppose for example if you go with the mutual funds, still they say that mutual funds are subject to market risk. So many people have invested their money in their mutual funds, but 2-3 months I think January month some people those who are having a good knowledge in the medical field, and they were analyzing the fund, the WHO fund allocations. Based on that, they were able to make the decision that in some months definitely the market is going to crash. They predicted it actually. So what they have done it, they have whatever they have invested it, they have taken back their things. So now they were thinking that there is going to be some recession, huge breakdown is going to happen. So people thought that mutual fund won't be having a risk, and before the coronavirus breakdown. But now people are thinking, okay, mutual fund, whatever the money that I have put because of this economy breakdown collapse is going to happen in few months after because of the lockdown period. Definitely the economic will close in a very verge of bad situations. So in that time, whatever the money you have put it, you won't get it. So you have to wait till your money has to grow up. So these are important decisions. For example, we'll say that two important things. One is asset, another one is the liabilities. So always people nowadays in the modern culture, people are investing on the rather than investing on the assets, people are taking their liabilities. For example, a car, a phone, it's all liabilities. So it always it is not going to give any money to you. But if you buy a certain asset within certain interest, or it will always give certain amount of money to you, so the interest will be added on it. But in oppositely, what will happen if you buy liabilities, the interest again go off, and you will be losing the your money. So always we should pool the money. So we have to pool it the money. After that we have to make use of it. It will give you a rate of return to you. But if you do vice versa, if you just buy a product with a certain amount of loan or EMI, then money will go off from your hands. And the asset that you are buying also is going to reduce its value because it's a liability, it is not asset. So asset always gives you the return, but the liabilities it just won't give the return. But liabilities is required. Yeah, it is required. So what you have to do is we have to pool the money from that. If you buy a liability, it's fine. So otherwise the problem will come. So best thing is, instead of going for the loan process, we can go with the process of pooling our money in the bank. From that we can adopt money. So these are different economic decisions we have to take in the company level, in the national level, in the world level. Monetary we can do it. So economy is everywhere, we can say that finally. Okay, fine. So next class we'll see the problems on this. So today's class is about just one question, that is principles of the economics. Please go through the notes. We'll see the problems in the next classes. Thank you.